În nordul Indiei, la poalele Himalaiei, se află un oraș mic, dar pitoresc, numit Dharamshala. Aici locuiește Dalai Lama, liderul spiritual tibetan, și o mare comunitate tibetană. Dalai Lama este o figură recunoscută peste tot în lume, laureat al Premiului Nobel pentru Pace, un adept al non-violenței, al compasiunii și al armoniei interreligioase. Doi călugări români au avut privilegiul să îl întâlnească pe Dalai Lama în Dharamshala. Într-un dialog unic, cel puțin pentru România, în care 3 lumi s-au întâlnit, au discutat despre fericire, valori umane, credință, budism și armonie interreligioasă. Părintele Irineu Bârle este preot greco-catolic la mănăstirea Prisoporului Mare, Maramureș. Părintele Irineu se ocupă de peste 60 de tineri abandonați de familii, ieșiți din diverse centre de plasament. Realitatea care s-a născut în jurul lui le oferă nu numai o casă și o familie, ci și un mod de a se susține și de a-și regăsi demnitatea umană. Marcel Dediu, crescut și educat în tradiția ortodoxă, după mai mulți ani de căutare interioară, pregătire și studii, a decis să aleagă calea înțelepciunii budiste. În martie 2017 a devenit călugăr budist sub tutela sanctității sale Dalai Lama.
Your Holiness, Tașidele, Părinte, bine v-am găsit. We thank you for accepting to have this dialogue. The three of us coming from different educational and religious backgrounds, yet something unites us, the fact that we share the same humanity.
Right.
Our aim is to plant the seeds of interreligious harmony and sharing common value. So thank you again for accepting this dialogue. I'm sure you would agree with me that we all of us want to be happy. From your opinion, what does it mean to be happy? What does it mean to have a happy life?
I think clear answer will come if you ask young children. Do you want happiness? Or do you want smiling face of mother or angry face of your mother? The simple answer is they want happiness. They want smiling, loving face. Even I think animal, dogs, if we show some angry face, they notice. Eventually, their tail eventually go like that. Show them a smile, and then their tail, something like that. Birds also. So, the small insect, I don't know, but most of the mammals on this planet, you see, loves our affection, or compassion, or sense of concern, or rest of their well-being, sense of concern of their well-being. Biologically, that brings together. So any social animal, one individual, no matter how powerful, cannot survive without the remaining of the community. So therefore, biologically, we equipped certain emotion which bring together. That's love. Anger always expel. Love bring together. So therefore, that's also why we want happiness. So happiness brings by loving kindness, not anger. So now the time come. They are full of problem among humanity themselves, including killing and discrimination. And because of discrimination, same human brothers, sisters dying due to starvation. Just this morning, after I wake up, and then I felt, at least 9 hours sound sleep, always. So during 9 hours sound sleep, peacefully, how many people killed? How many people dead due to starvation? Very sad. All these I usually describe man-made problem, our own creation, due to different nation, different race, sadly different religious faith. So now only remedy is we must go to deeper level, same human being. So I always see emphasis, oneness of 7 billion human beings. You have a lot of mustache there, beard. I have nothing. But nose, same. Eye, mouth, and head, and within the head, brain, same.
Yes. Sanctitate, învățătura lui Isus, dacă ar fi să o rezumăm, s-ar regăsi în cele 9 fericiri. În lumea de azi, mulți văd fericirea ca și o stare de exaltare, în care totul trebuie să fie acum. Însă în cele 9 fericiri, Isus ne duce într-o lume a faptelor bune, a păcii, a milostivirii, a lumii interioare. Buddha, de asemenea, vorbește despre fericire. Isus și Buddha vorbesc amândoi despre aceeași fericire sau despre 2 fericiri și 2 lumi?
From our viewpoint, Buddha, also human being. Jesus Christ, also human being. And all different religions of human being. So all major world religious tradition, you see, talks the greatest value of human being, that's human love. So all major world religious tradition now teach us the importance of practice of love. And in order to practice love, or say effectively, you see, you must keep loving kindness towards your enemy. So therefore, Jesus Christ say, if someone hit here, show this one. Buddha, you see someone, you see, even you see, because of the harming his body with weapon, still showing same kind sort of loving kindness like that. So it's quite sort of easily to say all major world tradition is, from the Buddhist viewpoint, human creation. And God also, you see, naturally, if according to theistic religion, God is creator, then from that viewpoint, entire humanity is children of God. So naturally, you see, God wants his children be loving, kind person. So therefore, you see, in the eyes of God, no enemy. You must extend loving kindness towards enemy. So the various religious tradition emphasis practice of tolerance, forgiveness, and contentment, self-discipline. So that is the basis of our unity, harmony. And once you see, we develop genuine sort of harmony with understanding, not artificial sort of harmony or some artificial smile. Not that way. Sincerely respect other religious sort of potential. So understand that sort of that thing, then look, whole world religion. You can easily develop respect and admiration. These different religious traditions over 2,000 years, I think brought immense benefit to people. And today's world, today, also you see, I think millions of people get immense inspiration. Then next few centuries, it will remain. After 1,000 years, nobody knows. That's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is at least to the 21st century should be peaceful, religious harmony, and most probably to the 22nd century, then may follow that, and to the 3rd century, 24th, 25th, I don't know. Okay.
Now, if we go back to the question of happiness, the first one,
yes,
this question is related to that because, today around the world, including Romania, is a climate of intolerance and non-trust especially. And the question is, in this tense environment, how can we cultivate loving kindness, compassion, and caring for others, taking into account this environment? But especially if you develop more on this, because you talk a lot about inner values and inner world. So can you please develop more on this point?
Not only Romanian case, I think the whole human being on this planet, I think they live some kind of materialistic life and materialistic culture, including music, drama, and everything related with material value. And this, I feel, the very existence of so-called modern education is only oriented about material value. I feel that's a mistake. And education should include education about well-being of our physical, like hygiene of the physical, sort of healthy, physical health, hygiene of physical. So similarly, we should include hygiene of emotion in education field, not talking about next life, not talking about God, just simply how to carry healthy body, similarly healthy mind, healthy emotion. So I feel education, existing education system is not adequate to bring a healthy human being. Physical, healthy, maybe healthy. And the mind, general education, knowledgeable. But knowledge about peace of mind, how to bring peace of mind. And fuller knowledge, what is destroyer of peace of mind? Not external enemy, but your own inner enemy. That's the anger, jealousy. Really destroy our peace of mind. Now scientists, they say constant anger, constant fear, hatred is actually eating our immune system. Very bad for our health. On the other hand, more compassionate mind brings inner peace, inner strength, self-confidence. That reduces fear. That reduces irritation. Irritation is the immediate causes of anger, like that. And then meantime, our human intelligence have very good sort of ability to judge what kind of emotion can be useful, what kind of emotion is harmful. Animal cannot sort of distinction. We human beings, because of this intelligence, I think according to theistic religion, I think best gift from God is this marvelous human intelligence. Or human emotion, animal also, we are more or less the same kind of emotion. Loving kindness, anger, these more or less same. But since we have this unique intelligence, so utilize this intelligence, then make distinction. This kind of emotion is very bad for our health, for our inner peace. This kind of emotion, very good. So once we realize within the emotion, this is bad, so for peace of mind and eventually even your health, then you make little sort of distance. Then this kind of emotion is very helpful. So then you automatically closer that kind of emotion. Then that way to reduce destructive emotion, the power of destructive emotion gradually reduce. The constructive emotion gradually gain strength. That's the way. So, yeah. And then common experience, entire 7 billion human beings all come from their mother. All experience, how much value? Mother's kindness, mother's loving kindness or love. So there's a common experience. And then common sense. Even husband and wife, after sort of a happy marriage, they love each other, really. But occasionally, one side showing angry face and uncomfortable. And then look, judging on this planet. All those troublemakers on this planet, I think they too much self-centered attitude and anger and make serious distinction because of discrimination. This is our enemy. This is our friend. Then towards enemy, no mercy, no compassion, and even feel more hatred, feel or say there's something worthwhile. And through that way, more killing. So all these sort of troubled world ultimately created here anger, hatred. So basic human nature, now scientists say, basic human nature is more compassionate. If basic human nature is more anger, then no hope. But basic human nature, according to scientific certain sort of observation or certain sort of experiment, they concluded basic human nature is love. So there is real hope. Children, no great problem. A little fighting. When I was very young, my elder brother, occasionally we fight. So then my weapon is my nail. Like that. So not much harmful. But we, in order to strengthening our anger, then gradually develop a weapon. Although I think the 1,000-year-old, you see, we have some knife like that, some stone like that. But I think modern technology, wonderful, that wonderful human invention used for killing. So this weapon, now today, how many billions of money spent for weapon? Weapon means kill. I think very sad. These big nations, you see, they produce weapon, not only you see, produce for their own sort of, what say they, defense, but also selling to the world. Actually, Kasoda, basically, selling weapon is selling killing. eventually I think this world should be a demilitarized world.
Sanctitate, sunteți liderul spiritual al budismului tibetan și urmați învățăturile lui Buddha. În câteva cuvinte care să pot ajunge la inima omului simplu, la inima omului care nu cunoaște multe lucruri despre budism, ați putea sintetiza esența învățăturilor lui Buddha și crezul dumneavoastră?
My main purpose of my life, firstly, I consider I'm a human being. First level, I'm not consider emphasis I'm Buddhist. Firstly, I'm a human being. On that level, no boundary. Entire 7 million human beings are same. So whatever way, I can make some contribution for well-being of humanity. That's my duty. Then, secondary level, I'm Buddhist. Firstly, you see, I found Buddha Dharma in general, particularly Nalanda tradition. Buddha himself, you see, emphasis investigation through reasoning and experiment. That's more important than faith. So that shows some unique thing about Buddha Dharma and particularly Nalanda tradition. So rest of the world sort of faith, emphasis on faith, not investigation. So I follow that way. Buddha himself, you see, give us liberty to investigate. And if, you see, goes against the reality, we should have the liberty to reject. So I follow that. And then the main message of Buddhism is common practice of love. And some Buddhist literature mentioned, your enemy is the best teacher, you see, to practice forgiveness, tolerance. Any person who wants to increase your compassion, it is necessary. Enemy give us the opportunity to practice forgiveness, tolerance. That's a very important part of practice of compassion. That's common, all religion. The differences in philosophy, firstly, whether there is creator or not, there's big differences. Then whether previous life or not, there are differences. I never sort of propagate Buddha Dharma when I visit a non-Buddhist country. I respect their religion, and those people who sincerely, eagerly want to know about a Nalanda tradition, then, of course, I can share according to my own experience, my own knowledge. That's okay, no harm.
Sanctitate, amândoi am cunoscut-o pe Maica Teresa de Calcuta. Maica Teresa de Calcuta a trăit într-o lume necreștină și ea era creștină, dar a respectat religia fiecăruia. Dumneavoastră adesea menționați că este foarte important ca non-budiști, inclusiv creștinii, să nu-și abandoneze propria religie. Ați vorbit un pic înainte, mai puteți câteva cuvinte să ne spuneți despre acest lucru?
As I mentioned earlier, according Buddhist viewpoint, religion is creation of human being. So, different time, different location, with different culture, you see these different spiritual tradition develop. So this different tradition is very suitable, relevant to that area. So Middle East, all major theistic religion develop in Middle East. So it is suitable. India, I think, huge sort of country. Now modern India, for example, very big, over 1 billion population. In ancient time, small kingdom. So it's a different place, different sort of way of thinking, different cultural heritage. So you see many different sort of Hinduism and Jainism and Buddhism and so on. So these, I think that religion, when developed, very much related with their existing way of life and cultural heritage and mental disposition. So therefore, these different traditions, I think, very relevant to concerned sort of people in that particular sort of area. I feel like that. I think to a theistic religious person, or no God, then feel very unhappy. That the theistic, non-theistic religion, like Buddhist, you see, there is central absolute creator, then feel, oh, I have no freedom. Everything in his hand.
I want to come back to, because you talk a little bit about Buddhism and different traditions and what is unique, but there is also some critics would say Buddhism looks like an atheistic and nihilist tradition. You agree with that? Which means, for example, in Romania or in Europe in general, when you think of atheism, sometimes might seem without any values. And is Buddhism an atheist, nihilist tradition? Can you talk a little bit more about it?
According theistic religion, then Buddhism is Kazoda, I usually call godless religion. So some of my Christian friend, say very close friend, so they say they are ready to go to heaven. Dalai Lama go some different place. That means since you see non-believer God, so may God may go hell. So from the theistic religious viewpoint, Buddha is non-believer. Buddhism, non-believer. And from that viewpoint, nihilism, no God. But from the Buddhist viewpoint, you see, those theistic religion, no previous life, no how to say no cause and effect, so practice. So therefore, Buddhist viewpoint, you see, this religion is nihilism. So then I think we need some kind of like the highest sort of what's the Supreme Court or something, including God or angels. Then we have to ask which is truly nihilism or not. We human beings cannot judge that.
Sanctitate, o ultimă întrebare aș dori să vă pun. În comparație cu secolele trecute, dezvoltarea materială a societății noastre a ajuns la nivele foarte înalte. Cu toate acestea, omul este continuu nemulțumit. Ați putea să ne spuneți în 2-3 cuvinte, de ce credeți dumneavoastră că această nemulțumire este în noi, în oameni?
See, because of modern education system, so the whole society always talk about the value of material. So the material development itself is in discontentment. It's the factor to further develop. Contented, then no further development. So discontent, discontent is very important for further develop. So this, as I already mentioned, the materialistic life, materialistic culture, because of materialistic sort of education. So if this go continuously, I think this 21st century will not be happy century. too much fight, too much killing. Even religion used for division. So if we really satisfy the event in 20th century, First World War, Second World War, including use nuclear weapon, if you satisfy, that's okay. Then let us go the reputation of 20th century. If we really feel too much killing, too much gap, rich and poor, or too much bully, too much cheating at our beginning of the 21st century. Now still a lot of things there, unhealthy things. So if we really feel that this 21st century should be more peaceful, then there's no other way. Nuclear weapon will not bring peace. More military forces will not bring peace. So only thing is inner peace. World peace only through inner peace. So what is the source of inner peace? Not only prayer, but training our mind, use our intelligence. So therefore, I think any person who has some common sense, I think this 21st century should not repeat this same sort of situation in 20th century. If people have serious concern about their own sort of children, grandchildren, grandchildren, then we must do something. This 21st century should be a century of peace, century of more equal. This huge gap, rich and poor, really very sad. So we must make effort more equal. No longer starvation, no longer gap, huge gap, rich and poor. And then, of course, no longer violence. Like that. So our main concern is future generation. My generation, now, I quite happily now, although stateless as a refugee, but I have plenty of friends in many parts of the world, so I'm happy.
You promote the idea of secular ethics common to all human beings.
Yes.
But can you make a little bit difference between? Does it mean the absence of religion? Because people might confuse this.
Yes. Now the understanding meaning of secular. In the West, secular, some of my friends say, secular means distance or disrespect to religion. I think that also understandable. I think French Revolution and the Russian Bolshevik Revolution, there is some sort of way of sort of attitude, negative attitude towards religion. That's not necessarily religion itself. What is the real meaning of religion is love. Even animals appreciate that. No human being can against that. But, during French Revolution and Bolshevik Revolution, you see, against the religious institution. Religious institution, I think, very much related with the ruling class, including queens or kings. So the religious institution very much related with the feudal system. So when we people against feudal system and against the king, then usually you see people use the king, have some special blessing from God. So therefore, you see, it is necessary, or it developed some kind of sort of, against religious institution. I feel not religion, like that. So Bolshevik also something like that. So therefore, in the West, secular means disrespect religion. But in India, the secular, according Indian understanding, secular means respect all religion, not preference this particular religion, but all respect all religion, and also respect a non-believer. That is something quite unique. So therefore, when we talk about humanity, out of 7 billion, only 6 billion believe God, believe sort of religion. 1 billion non-believer. So when we talk about humanity, 1 billion non-believer also should include. So well-being of these non-believer, you see, we cannot approach, we cannot educate them. We should be compassionate because of God. You cannot. So therefore, there is no other alternative except the, according to Indian understanding, secular, respect all religion and also respect non-believer. And then, as I mentioned earlier, our common sense, common experience, and the scientific finding, entire 7 billion human beings accepted. So that's the way. So secular way to approach. Because we are seriously concerned or take interest about 7 billion human beings, not only religious believer. Then, once you develop full conviction about this inner value, then every religion which talks love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, then very, very useful, helpful to further strengthening this deeper human value. What is your view? Any argument?
The same, no, the same. I think the same.
This dialogue was mainly meant for Romanians. Could you just say some message for Romanians? They will hear us and...
Okay. Recent years, some Romanian used to come, and some of them used to listen or participate to my lecture on Buddhism, mainly Buddhism and human values, these things. So Romanian, I have never been there since what called Ceausescu, and some fighting. So these news really struck my mind. So when I met some Romanian, and I immediately remember the recent decades of experience. But human desire for freedom and free information is very important. Now, the Romanian brothers, sisters also now enjoying that. So that's great. No force can stop that. So please continuously carry that sort of desire, that spirit, freedom, democracy, and liberty. So when I talk humanity, no differences, Romanian brothers and myself, emotionally we are same. Mentally we are same. Even physically we are same.
Your Holiness, thank you very much for having this dialogue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Holiness.